Y'all hear that? That sounds like the time that you can click because you don't want to hear intros. So guys, if you want us to just rip into NSO or whatever we're doing, click on this time. Anyway, enjoy the video.
I got the lube ready!
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Four Swords Podcast. A long time coming. Ah man, we got a doozy for this one, don't we? $80 worth of a doozy right here. Or
Yes,
$50 a year,
sir.
depending on how much of an individual you are, but we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Oh, I'm a bitch. I'm not an individual at all.
So, I am today's host, Miles Per Hour. We have my compatriot, Trevor Man 5, say hello.
Hello, everyone, and oh god, Twitter has made me so blood boiling upset.
That just means you're a normal person.
I actually have emotions.
And of course, we have the only guy with a Switch OLED here so far. Depends if my Switch breaks, but it's okay. We have Monado Max.
Well, everyone's talking about blood. You know, the doctors today, and this is no joke, took so much blood out of me that, you know, right now I wish I was a vampire because I need blood. I need energy. I'm so much out of energy right now. Like, I'm not all there, but I'm a vampire. I'm here to suck your blood. Haha.
Drink plenty of apple juice. And eat pretzels.
Yeah, we know it's always coming soon, you know.
And of course, we have Luxray Master, the one and only, the man of the hour.
Yeah. I'm usually I'm more happy and chipper where I or whatever.
But
But
NSO
like,
is your arch nemesis.
yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, I'm already over this bullshit, but we'll get right into it when we get into
I
it.
feel like you're
y'all already know my thought.
really happy about everything that's happening with NSO.
Yeah, low-key happy.
What do you mean?
Man's like,
Fuck you mean?
I've been waiting for this moment.
Oh, man. No, we'll get into
This
it.
moment.
You already know what I'm saying.
Yes.
No, but
yes.
this bro is like fucking Phil Collins in the other night. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life.
Yeah, I was gonna go more of a, I wanna know, can you show me?
Can you show me?
Bro.
But you know what? That's all right. With that being said, so actually let's just marinate on this for a second. All right. So, you know, we had the Animal Crossing Direct that happened. You know, a lot of good updates. We got DLC, of course.
Frog
But
chair.
then the kicker happened. Yep. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Along with the froggy chair, long live gyroids. But with that being said, at the end of the Direct, we had an interesting thing about pricing. Of course, DLC itself is gonna be what, $30, $25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, 25. Yeah.
Which, you know, that's
That's
reasonable. That's reasonable for a DLC. But they also mentioned that this can be bundled with the expansion pack for NSO. Now, for a while, we've been thinking, how much is this expansion pack gonna be? I was in the camp that it was going to be $10 more for an individual.
Same.
Some people say $15 more. But then we got the good price, not 10, not 15, but for an individual package, $30 more. 30 for an individual, $50 a year, and for a family, $80 a year.
You know it's bullshit when the 80 is more it's more of a savings catch than the actual 50 if you have 8 people.
You see, yes, because this is genius. They're gonna get more family sales because no one wants to pay for an individual thing anymore.
Yeah, and if you have 8 people in your family thing, it's $10 each person. So you're only literally paying $10 for NSO for everything. Which is because that's what we're all doing. I mean, we're still trying to find 2 more fucking people, possibly 1 more.
You know, I
But
might
still,
get my girlfriend to be a part of that.
please do.
Yeah, because none of us. Well, okay, actually, never mind. Except Monado Max over there, we're doing the shit.
Oh yeah, that's understandable why. It's understandable why Max likes to do it though, but it doesn't mean we ain't
Yeah.
tease him about it.
Yeah. Nothing saved me from doing that.
Now, You know, like, I just want to jump into this. Like, I have had a problem with these prices for a while. Back when I was a youngin' with my new Xbox 360, wanted to play online with friends, it did baffle me that, you know, having Xbox Live Gold was $60 a year. You know, and obviously I moved to PlayStation, and PlayStation Plus being $60 a year also. And also, getting charged without knowing sucks. And that has happened to me more times than it needed to. Like, my PlayStation was broken for a little bit, and I forgot to cancel my subscription, so, you know, $60 down the drain there.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo was the saving grace at that moment. Oh, by the way, the PS4 is fixed anyway, but that's not the point. The Nintendo was the saving grace because no one wanted to pay for the online, but at least it was cheap. $20 a year, that's nothing. You know how much stuff I can get for $20? A lot of things. So, you know, for a yearly subscription, fine. And you know what? We get games on top of that. By all means, you know, we have our problems with NSO, but on paper, it's a really good deal. But then we have the N64. Then we have the Sega Genesis. And, you know, now this Animal Crossing DLC bundled into it, which on paper I think would be a good idea, but then we think more about it and then it's horrible.
Yeah,
So
it's
like no
horrendous.
One can win here. No one can win at all, and I hate it. So yeah, like, you know, I know a lot of people are going to eat it up too, because, you know, everyone loves themselves a good N64 game and a good Genesis game, even though you can get it on Steam for much, much cheaper. But it's fine.
And with the actual ROMs in there too, mind you, which actually legally allows you to emulate them on your PC if you buy them on PC.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just not it's just there's so much wrong with this, but like I don't know if we're going in order of each person's
take. We can just talk. Just interrupt as much as we can, and we'll try to make something out of it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know, of course, you know, I was when I saw this, I was honestly disappointed. Like, you know, I thought Nintendo, because I was thinking like they didn't give us a price yet, so maybe this might be, if they were to like charge us a lot, they have to be offering more than what they have said already, right? So going on to the day about it with only the N64 and Sega Genesis, I'm not mad about those. I'm not super mad, but like the fact that there was nothing, and then the Animal Crossing thing, I'm not mad about that. But the fact that those are only three things that came out of that thing that we're getting for this, like not even any mentions of anything, any features that were like, you know, basic features that they weren't there before, not being added. And everything else, I was really thinking Nintendo was gonna actually do something about that. But the fact that they didn't really, I was disappointed. Like, bro, like they could have done so much with this one and made it worth it, but they did not do it. And the thing, and this is where Nintendo's falling back into another hole here with this shit, you know, because I already had issues even when it was $20. Like, you know, I was hoping the whole future expansion pack or whatever DLC, whatever the fuck they were doing, was going to add more. But no. I mean, it's all good to have games and shit like that. But I don't think that solves all the issues and problems with it.
It really doesn't.
I don't think that it does not solve these issues. And the fact that there is and I don't think there's really any excuses for this. Like when other consoles are doing so much better than what Nintendo is doing. Although they have their own issues, I will say that. They have every other console has their own issues. I'm not going to deny that. But from a few of the PlayStation numbers here, can definitely tell y'all something about that when it gets to that. you were going to say something else?
You know, like I'm just so reminded about, well, PlayStation's kind of just been fine when it comes to its online. It kind of just has been the individual if they ever had any problems there. With Nintendo, what's different, for one thing, because NSO by itself was like fine at best, subpar at worst. Like, sure, it worked, but some, like, Nintendo still doesn't have the best stuff out there, like having Splatoon 2 being in Windows 98. Like, huh?
Bro.
Excuse me? What?
Oh.
How does that happen? And like, let's just ignore the fact that there's games included in it, because like because the other companies really don't have something like NSO when it comes to that. And that just makes $20 more for steal, and the fact that we have the games included, that's a really good deal there on paper there too.
But,
Well, I mean,
right.
Well, I mean,
the expansion pack is all about the games now, and that's another story.
I mean, Microsoft does have Game Pass because, like, what Nintendo's doing is basically like it's kind of like a Netflix for games. Like, that's what Microsoft has for Game Pass. The only difference is Microsoft doesn't have Nintendo's pedigree when it comes to games. They don't have the retro classic that Nintendo has that people crave because of how fun they are. That's the difference between the two. So, like, Game Pass is a good deal, but it doesn't have the same pedigree as Nintendo's retros.
And you know what? Like,
Right.
Nintendo could really eat this up. It's just this kind of trickle-down thing has kind of not been good for them at all, in my opinion.
It's not working.
Like,
it's not working.
because like I know that they want to trickle things down to keep it relevant, but at the same time, I think a lot of people just want to have the must-haves right out the gate.
Yeah, they should really stop following Reaganomics.
Yeah, and let me just say something though about people defending saying all the N64, this is all the classic games coming. Like, guys, it does not feel worth it if you already own these games, bought these games in the past 3 to 4 different times, bro. Especially with Sega Genesis, you literally could buy the whole. I know the Sega Genesis Classic isn't all that good, but at least you have like you're literally you're paying $30 for 50 games when you're basically paying $30 to play 10. That's the funny part about this. And then
Sega Genesis has every fucking, like, you can have 50 million ways of buying just Sega Genesis games. They are available to the point where you have no excuse to not have at least one.
Absolutely.
It's go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like one thing that would just definitely not smart on Nintendo's part is having people forced to get into the Animal Crossing DLC with the expansion pack. It kind of makes me wonder in a few months, or maybe in a few weeks potentially, once Nintendo sees this backlash, if they're going to make a separate pass where it doesn't have the Animal Crossing in there to make it a little bit cheaper, since a lot of people are not happy with that price point. I think the Animal Crossing DLC is also pretty interesting because it makes me kind of wonder, is Nintendo intending on giving a major DLC pack every year? Because eventually that value is going to run out. A year from now, it's not going to be that exciting to still have that Animal Crossing DLC. It'd be nice to have something new instead of, if that makes sense, having something else that's not like DLC wise. One of my friends was pointing out that Nintendo should be giving out Fighters Pass 1 and 2 plus this Animal Crossing DLC to make it worth the value, but I feel like that's a little too much value at once.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that.
I'm wondering if it's possible in the future we're going to see them separate the two. That way they can make the expansion pass a little bit cheaper. Because, $50 is a lot for people. And, I think the best way to lower the value of that is getting rid of the Animal Crossing DLC, because I know a lot of you guys here in the chat, our little group chat here, wasn't really particularly caring for having that Animal Crossing DLC, and I think a lot of people on Twitter don't necessarily care about having it too. If they can get rid of that, I feel like the value, they would probably drop that to maybe $35 a year, and I think that's still a very fair price.
No, that is.
I mean, it would do something, but I don't think that's gonna be I don't think they're gonna be slick. In my opinion, I don't think they're slick.
It's confident, because Nintendo really does believe that most, if not every, Switch owner owns Animal Crossing. So there's that. And you know what? It's fair to say that a majority probably does. It was the pandemic game, sure. But still, like, trying to get your new addition to your main online thing, that's a little much.
Yeah,
You
it
know, like,
is.
if Animal Crossing was the pack-in game, then I could see that, but no. No, I can't. This doesn't just seem like a good idea to me. Like, I've said that, if anything, there should have been a discount for anyone who has the expansion pack, rather than being included into it. Like, the expansion pack would be like $35 or something, and this would be like 20% off on the DLC or something.
Right.
And I'm
They
wondering
would
if
still have
maybe,
incentive to buy it.
maybe they'll do something like that, because I do expect Nintendo to actually respond to this, because this has probably been their most controversial thing that's happened to them.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a response from Nintendo. I really am, and I'm thinking they're going to either lower the price and separate Animal Crossing out of this, and make another way to buy Nintendo Switch Online, that being one without Animal Crossing DLC and one with DLC. I don't know, because they definitely got to make some sort of response to this, because it is pretty crazy.
But Max, to add on to that, bro, like, honestly, I'm hoping now, honestly, with how Nintendo it normally is. I mean, obviously, when they did the Super Mario Maker thing had their backlash, they responded to it. So I'm hoping with this, they would definitely. Now, a small part of me, of course, would hope that they would respond to this, because this is so big. So many people are upset about this. So they got to do something, or the whole building's gonna cave in on them. And part of me is just like, I don't feel it. And like a small side of me at the same time thinks they're probably not gonna give a shit, and just like they're just gonna go ahead and just let people get mad, because like this is Nintendo we're talking about. So I feel like I hate to say that, because like I don't know, I just hate to say that, because it just doesn't seem like Nintendo really cares about their online, because like basically from what I've seen, based on the past updates I've been seeing, it doesn't really seem to really try to do too much with their own. Okay, sure, there's been some things where they tried to like help with like the new thing Max had mentioned before about the Monster Hunter thing, where they're getting new servers and stuff like that. But like they still got some ways to go to get this full spin, and plus you can definitely tell they don't care, because they have not really done too much with the app. They've been talking about trying to do so much with the app before, but they have not done shit about it. Like
I forgot.
Bruh. But
okay, in the comments, tell me how many of y'all use this shit.
Bro, it feels like Nintendo only did the online. Well, from how they're taking care of it, it feels like they only did the online because they felt like they had to, because the other Xbox and PlayStation were doing it, and they're like, well, if we're going to do it, we should do it our own way, which was a bad way. But it feels like they felt like they had to.
Bro, and like,
But, you know,
you go ahead, bro. Go
Okay.
ahead.
This is one of the opportunities that Nintendo fans have such a good platform to boycott. But I see everyone boycotting, and I really feel like it's not going to go well, because we've seen time and time again after Nintendo fans attempt to do some sort of boycott, try to boycott pricing of remasters, all that stuff, they still end up buying it.
Well, you mean
that everyone needs to vote with their wallet. And if you want change, you need to vote with your wallet. Nothing is going to change with Nintendo's practices if you keep buying into it.
We're a very frustrating fan base, because
We are.
We say something, but
It sucks, because Nintendo's the only company that gets away with this.
and Disney
PlayStation and
sometimes.
Xbox, whenever they're in controversies, fans
Disney and
actually
Apple
boycott.
have the same magic
They
too.
don't buy the stuff. They actually don't buy. They actually have brains.
Yeah.
Like Xbox Go, for example.
I get go.
That was gonna be $120 a year. Everyone boycotted, was saying, "I'm not buying that." All of that. Microsoft fixed that crap in 24 hours. When PlayStation announced that they're actually not giving a free update for those who had Horizon Zero Dawn, or the new one, that they weren't giving you a PS5 update for free, that you have to pay an extra $20, people boycotted the crap out of that. And in 24 hours, PlayStation responded with, "All right, we'll give you that free PS5 update." The issue is that Nintendo fans suck at boycotting. That's how Nintendo gets away with all of this.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I'm not trying to call you guys out, but you guys are doing the family plan. You
No,
guys are
yeah,
still
we are.
adding into it.
We
We're all adding
unfortunately
into
we
it.
are, and like I hate that we are, but
Yeah, same, but also-
But most of us play online, yo. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna have to.
You
We're
could
gonna have to
technically
deploy.
just go with the regular pass.
Yeah,
though.
we could.
That's
We-
true.
But
We could.
also because the family plan is like compared to the $50 for a single person, the family plan is actually a good deal. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Get it? It still adds on to the.
I know.
Unfortunately, it does. Like
with the
It
bread.
does.
No
It's
excuse on
like
our part.
Skyward Sword. Everyone was like boycotting that to death. And did you see how well that game sold? That game sold like 4 million copies.
Which game again?
Yeah.
Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah,
HD.
yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You were like cutting out on my end, so it's like sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you guys out. I'm just calling
Oh,
the
I know.
Nintendo
I know.
community
Oh,
out.
yeah,
I know.
definitely.
I know. No, you're not right.
I get it.
Because I was saying I'm gonna boycott Switch Online, then I'm like, wait, what if all of us pitched in and got like 3-4 more people to do the family plan? Then we all would be only paying $10 each. It'd be cheaper. And what I was also gonna say too, Max, is that I feel like more people are actually probably gonna pay for the family plan in a way to circumvent the $50 price tag for a single person, anyways. So there'll be less single person subscriptions and more family plan subscriptions, anyways.
Yeah.
I just hope Nintendo fans, those that are complaining and not happy with this, do the right thing and not pay for it, because this is how Nintendo's continue. Nintendo would announce tomorrow. Let's just say tomorrow. Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pack plus $100 a year. People are gonna buy that crap up because they suck at boycott. They'll complain. They'll be like, "I'm not buying this." 2 weeks later, when it releases, I'm buying this.
Literally,
it's just.
And the thing with
I hate Nintendo fans because every other company, it's not like this. With Nintendo fans, they buy that crap up.
no, you're not.
I mean,
Sad but true.
Like
that
literally because it's like people are like, I don't know, I don't want to pay the $50, but N64 games, I'm like, you mean you mean shit that you could buy on the Wii U like for like $10 a pop? Yeah, at $10 a pop, I get that. It's $10 a pop, but it's only a one-time fee and not an annual fee. Y'all are gonna let your nostalgia for N64 games blind you so much you're gonna pay $50 a year? Come on.
yeah.
It's just a little
But
much.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, Max. Like, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's just, for most of us who play online, this does hurt us, but we have to find a way to at least play online in a different way, so we don't have to do this shit with the $50. This is the only way I could think of. This is probably one of the reasons why I like, you know what, Trevor? But it's good, like, okay, at least it's not hurting me too much. Because, like, as someone who plays online all the time, we gotta find a way somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of forced to play it, so we're gonna have to do something about it.
And then again, too, instead of you paying like $20 a year, because you could still do that, pay $20 a year for the base one, you'll be playing $10 and getting the benefits of the expansion pack anyway. So you're technically getting like $10 off every year.
Which, if they're trying to push the family plan, they're doing a good
subscription to
job.
the expansion pack that everyone's trying to boycott is my whole point.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
No,
I mean, we get it.
Basically, we're feeding into that too, Max, by proving your point, anyways. That
No, yeah, you like Max. You are 100% right, and
Yeah.
I hate that you are.
Yeah, I hate to, because I'm proving your point too by being, because I was like, I'm gonna boycott it. Actually, family plan.
Well, yeah.
I'm not calling you guys. I'm just calling the Nintendo
general.
community.
Yeah,
out.
we
yeah,
know in
we
general,
get
but still, the facts are, all three of us right now are proving you right. That's the facts,
Yeah.
though. We know you're not calling us
Yeah.
out, but all three of us are proving you right, and it's sad but true.
But but the thing is, Max, I think what you're forgetting about this whole thing is, like, with this is definitely a big issue. This is definitely a big controversy here. So I think Nintendo may just do something, and if they get enough complaints, a lot of people say this doesn't work. No, fuck that shit, because they really did complain when the Mario Maker thing happened, and that's an example. And they actually did something about it at the next like a direct, or I think a E3 or whatever it was. They actually did something about it. So if enough people talk about it, because there's a lot of people, there's videos surfacing online, there's a lot of people in the comments, there's people talking about this everywhere. So Nintendo's gonna have to say
Skyward
something.
Sword, though, obviously the NSO is way bigger, but Skyward Sword HD had a very big outcry, a very big boycott.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because they didn't do a good job.
It's the price. It was the price. That's why. That's why it's going up. Yeah, I remember now. I remember it.
I don't know. I hope. All I'm saying at the end of the day is I'm just hoping that those who aren't happy with it don't end up buying it, which I don't think is going to end up happening because, like we just said, they're going to buy it or go with the family pack or not do it. It just seems like everyone's going to do it anyways.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, yeah, I know, and I hate as much as you're right about this. Like, I understand. I know after all the shit I've been saying about how fuck this online, but like, there has to be a way for most people who play online to do stuff. We got to do something.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really have much of a choice, bro. That's all I'm saying.
And this only really applies.
You could go with the regular though,
Yeah, but we all know Lux doesn't really want to pay $20 for the service when. Like,
Is there a family pack for the regular? I thought there was.
No,
one
there
for the
is, but
Well,
like, but like, if we're doing the family pack, we might as well do it for the expansion pack and play the N64 games, not the Genesis games. I'm not touching that shit. I'm gonna buy the collection, whatever. But but still, like $10 essentially is cheaper than 20. Yeah, it's 80, but like everyone
Pretty much.
Yeah,
How much is the regular family pack?
$35.
But the thing is, like the family pack for the expansion pack has up to 8 people, meaning $10 each for 8 people. That's cheaper than the family pack, than like doing a single subscription for each of us. And like, yeah, technically the family pack would probably be cheaper for the base, but getting N64 games for $10 like isn't a bad deal when you think about it like financially. Like, you would rather pay $10 like and send it to someone so they can pay the total 80 and get your N64 games than pay 50 yourself for N64 games and shit like that. Like, yeah, no. I'd rather pay the 10. I'd rather have everyone send me the $10, make it 80, and then I just send it to Nintendo. We all get our online, and I get my N64 controller.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just like, I think it's a very viable option for me to stick with like the same $20 thing. And when I can literally just go on a family plan with some friends and just do this, instead of, because I mean, I'm cool with even if like we weren't doing this, I would have still went with like the $7 3 months, and that's it. Because I gotta pick an option. I gotta pick an option.
Yeah.
You know? I gotta pick something.
I like, first one thing, 2 things actually. One, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo doesn't even really see a bunch of people going to the expansion pass. They see a lot of people staying at the regular base thing for $20.
Yeah.
But also, it does, tell me if I'm crazy or not, but does it make sense if Nintendo made the family pack more appealing than the single pack, because they knew that if they made the single pack expensive as all hell, and like more people would flood to a family pack because it's a more of a better deal. Does that sound crazy, or does that sound like something they might do and just not admit to it?
It might be something that they're trying to just do now, which, I mean, hey, if this is how they're doing it, then good job on that, I guess.
Honestly, yeah. And like, with my boy Shokyo, he was thinking as a point, he basically did a family plan with some of his friends because he already knew he wasn't gonna fuck with that shit. So like, that's what he basically did. And I'm like, you know what? I might as well do the same. I might as well just do the same, because like, at this point, there's no point in me wanting to try to like use the $20 thing. But that's just a side note, though. As some people I know that actually do the family plan, and it has been working out pretty well, which is a good sign, at least. But it's just, and it's just, I'm sitting here going, after all this, I'm just like, why can't Nintendo do something right with their online? Why can't they? Why is there always issues? Like,
and you know what? They have connections with Microsoft now. Like, I think they should just like take notes from them at this point.
Yeah. To be honest,
This is kind of related to Microsoft, kind of not. I think they might have went a little bit over budget and paid a little bit much money on getting some of the licenses of some of this stuff. I don't want to know how much they had to end up paying Microsoft for Banjo-Kazooie. That probably had to be a lot of money. We talked about Sega earlier. Sega is a very difficult company to work with when it comes to licensing. Not to mention, one of the reasons why you didn't see much Sega on the Wii Virtual Console is because they were not fans of the whole, you had to pay $5 for one game. They felt like that was too cheap for people. I'm wondering if Nintendo spent way too much money on Sega, and that might be one of our reasons why this is so high, because I don't know. And the other stuff that we talked about earlier, I don't know. I personally felt like they should have cut out Sega Genesis completely out of this.
Especially because you can get it 5 million fucking ways.
Yep.
Well, not just that. I just think in general, I don't really feel like there was anyone, and I'm not going to say anyone, there was probably somebody out there that was like, Sega Genesis on NSO!
Why?
People was excited for that announcement, but I would have personally been okay with that being there, because I know that's a lot of reasons why it's so expensive right now, and especially with the other stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Sega's a problematic company, I swear to God.
I don't know.
At least they like their fans.
Enough to do what Nintendo does and let them, mod their games and do fan games and shit without striking them down. That is true. That's one good thing they have. And put their soundtracks on digital platforms. Sorry.
I kind of wish that Nintendo would have cut Sega out and kind of cut the Animal Crossing DLC out.
Please.
And also, not to mention, a lot of people aren't talking about this, and I think this one's really I don't approve of. You actually don't own the Animal Crossing DLC.
Yeah, no, you don't.
What?
Yeah.
So if your service runs out, you don't have that DLC anymore.
Yeah, no, they take it away from you if you got it through NSO. So if you want to keep it, you have to buy it. So
I think it's pretty messed
Yo,
up.
The discount would have been the much better. The discount really would have been the best.
So think about it.
here.
Think about it. If you're paying $50 for the NSO and you want to keep your Animal Crossing DLC, if you don't want to pay for the $50 anymore, you're gonna have to buy it for $25 outright along with that. So that's total of a $75 as an initial purchase. Oh my god.
They are no, the whole building fell on them at this point, bro. They fucked themselves. Like they're fucked. But like they're fucked. I said this from the get-go in my Instagram stories. I was like, Nintendo's fucked. If they fucked this up, they managed to fuck it up with this. So you know what?
This makes me scared though. If they start adding more DLC to the NSO, they're gonna treat it like that. So like, let's say like they do the Breath of the Wild DLC that we have out right now, or the Pokemon DLC. So if you don't continue buying it, they're gonna take it away from you. What's the point of having the DLC then if you're just gonna take it away? Like, DLC is supposed to stay on the game. What? Oh
why? Someone got a paycheck for this decision, bro. Like they definitely, I want to take their fucking paycheck away for that shit, bro. I want to fucking nah, fuck this shit, bro. This is my money now.
Also, if anyone else has also done their research, in like the UK, the NSO the single person NSO is only £15 more, going from like 20 to 35 for a single person for the expansion pack, while for us it's $30. I know conversion is a thing, but still £15 compared to like what, $30. I'm pretty sure it's still cheaper when you convert it.
Yeah. I saw some folks saying, "Oh, go ahead and fly that to Canada."
I don't think Canada uses pounds, do they?
Wait, do they?
I don't think Canada uses the British pounds. Yeah, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
I'm sorry. I mean, go.
Go to England.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Canada. I meant to say go ahead and go fly over there. Like,
Lux has fucking Canada on the mind because he watched the South Park movie. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm sorry, y'all. I just been thinking about that all day.
Yeah. Okay.
What about? Is it the same price in Japan, or at least the equivalent?
I don't know. Let me check. Let me research that real quick.
Okay.
The thing, like, I also want to mention, because before I forget, I wouldn't mind paying $50 if they added the basic features that Microsoft and PlayStation do have in their online services, because then it'd be on par. I'm like, okay, fine then. I'll pay $50 because at that point you're getting close to the quality that Microsoft and PlayStation have.
Yeah, at least you get. At least you won't mind as much as the issues that are there, because there's something you are excited for when going into it, and like you're playing the games, and you're not really noticing too much of the issues. But
And
now
you know,
that
a
now
new
that they
game
don't,
every month.
yeah, yeah, definitely, and then now that you have that, you don't have that much of those basic features. You are noticing everything. You're noticing all the issues.
Yep.
And shit, and it's just not looking good at all. It's fucking bare bones as shit.
Okay, so
But-
I did the research. So NSO for Japan will cost 4,900 yen, which converting in currency is $42.91 USD and 53.09 Canadian dollars. So
Okay, not too much of it.
no, not too much, but still, even conversion, they're still getting it cheaper than us.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like,
So I'm wondering if Nintendo's actually going to add those basic features that we all would think a service would add, or if they're just going to wait till the next console to give this whole online another go. Because some of the features that, like, I know the servers thing, that should be easy to do, but in terms of like voice chatting / partying, I don't think we're going to see that on here till the next Nintendo console, if I'm being honest, because...
Yeah, because they're slow. They're slow.
Well, Nintendo is always slow on everything. I think they're still trying to figure out that, porting or using a LAN adapter was a thing. That's always been a thing.
oh yeah, because they just added that to
20
the
years.
Switch OLED.
Since 2001.
Seriously, since the first Xbox, and Nintendo's like, oh, let's make it a thing in our new Switch OLED model finally, instead of a fucking adapter that we sell. Like,
welcome, Nintendo.
Welcome to
the
2001.
year 2021.
welcome to 2001, Nintendo. You're finally catching up.
I'm
I'm not
wondering,
back. I'm not.
do you guys, like, honest, no joking aside, do you really think Nintendo's gonna add those things that, like, I know you guys want
no.
to
Voice chat's definitely not.
Bro,
a thing.
nah.
No.
No. Nintendo, it's Nintendo we're talking about. Come on.
Yeah, no, they'll bro, they didn't add HD to the Wii. They added it to Wii U. That was their first HD console. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's happening either.
All their big innovations that they should have added in the previous console, they add to the next console, being like, look, it's HD or whatever. Finally, like, yeah, we've been used to this. Thanks for playing catch up.
It's like
Yeah,
4K.
yeah.
4K is going to be on the next big Nintendo console, and everyone's going to be
Which
on
is
8K
gonna look
by
nice.
then.
It's gonna be nice when it happens, but yeah, like.
But then everyone's going to be on 8K by the time that happens.
Bro, Sony's already advertising 8K on their PS5.
I don't know.
Dude,
You know,
they're like.
I'll be completely honest. I get why people are mad. I understand it. I'm picking it up because I missed out on like 90% of the N64 games, and that's like a big purchase point for me. I'm really excited to play Majora's Mask on Ocarina of Time. I never played Ocarina of Time before. I played most of Majora's Mask. So I do really look forward to using that part of the feature. I know a lot of you guys are going to be mad at me, but I am picking this up. I am paying the $50. I am really excited to have N64 on the Switch.
Mac.
Bootlicker. I'm just kidding.
You know what? I when you talk about this, like, actually, I'll let Trevor go first, and then I'll get to my thing.
I was like, Max, I won't be mad at you if you say you're also gonna get the N64 controller so you can play those games originally how they were intended with that alien-looking controller.
That
Yeah, have fun with that.
Because
I
I'm
don't know
getting it.
about I don't know about that one, man. That controller looks. I would like to know who created that controller. I would like to meet that person.
I know. I want to meet that person who did all the testing. I'm just like, you really thought Mario 64 needed a controller that looked like that? Like that.
What the prototypes look like, because they obviously had a weirder design with the prototypes.
It looks like an NES controller that grew 2 legs and a really big penis.
So I will say, to add interesting topics with this conversation, I am actually picking up the NSO expansion pack. Although I'm not people complaining, so I don't want anyone in the comments to be like, didn't you just say that Nintendo fans complain and then they end up buying? I'm not somebody that's complaining about the expansion pack.
Yeah, you've got problems, but you're not complaining.
I understand why people are complaining. I'm not being like, screw you guys. Like I get why you guys are not liking it. I completely understand it.
Yeah, thank you for not invalidating us.
Exactly. Unlike a lot of fucking fanboys on Twitter who do that and make people
Yeah.
create their accounts.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Scum. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, freak ridiculous.
anyways, yeah, Miles, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, this just makes me miss the virtual console so much.
It really
This makes you
does.
miss. This makes you wish the Wii wish when
Like-
the phone was free.
This wouldn't be a problem if at least the solo sub was cheaper, because it's like $50 seems like I would get N64 games plus a lot of other features, not more systems, but a lot of other features that should be basic on an online system, and yet we're not, and yet the infrastructure for most of the games hasn't been fixed or updated to the ones that like Super Mario Party and like Monster Hunter Rise are on, that are smooth and stuff. It's like $50 isn't worth it for what we're getting. And like again, Genesis games are in the DLC. It's like it's not worth it for most of the people, because Genesis games are already on the Switch, whether it be those they sold separately or through the collection. And Animal Crossing, it's like it's not even worth it if you stop your subscription, because you'll lose the DLC. So it's like you're inflating a price that shouldn't have been inflated anyways. You should have really just made the price $10 more for N64 games. Especially if you're possibly gonna possibly drip feed us N64 games in the future, to where it's like, oh yeah, here's like 3 N64 games for this month. 5 months later, here's another 3 N64 games. Like, that was 5 months, and the 3 that you put down, I didn't even want to play, so it wasn't even worth it. The price isn't good. That's really it. Like, that's why the family deal is such a fucking savings gold mine. Because for 8 people, it's only $10, and that's how I feel the system, the service is right now. For like it's like worth $10-$20, because it's like, yeah, I get your back catalog, but I'm sorry, if I'm playing someone in Mario Kart 64 online and the shit keeps crashing, it's not worth it.
Yeah, no. It's just with all those other. So you're paying $50 and shit, like all, and you see all these problems come up. You're gonna feel robbed. Like you're gonna feel robbed. You're gonna feel like you wasted tons of money that you could have used to get something you really wanted before. But it's like, nah, I gotta get the online. Like, oh fuck, all these problems are coming up. So now you're gonna be pissed at Nintendo for what they did. So, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be pissed. Are gonna continue to be pissed. They'll be lining up outside the Nintendo Corporation with pitchforks.
Yeah, like no, that's exactly how it is. It's just like, this wouldn't be a problem if you just priced it accordingly and took out all the bloating in this expansion pack, because it doesn't feel worth it. Especially with how Max said Sega is a difficult company to work with when it comes to pricing. I wouldn't be surprised if Sega charged Nintendo a pretty penny to put their games that are already on the Switch in a collection on their NSO. Like, and for licensing for the controllers too, to make those official Nintendo Sega Genesis controllers, which is still really weird to say. Like, if you told someone from the 90s that Nintendo would be making Sega Genesis controllers in 2021, they would not believe you. But yet here we are.
Yeah. And like, if I was to tell myself, like, if I was to tell myself back in the Wii U era, like what was gonna happen in later years, he'd probably be so sad. He'd probably be so sad about this, like, legit.
Like a console that has one of the best ideas ever, a console you can take on the go that actually has console quality graphics and games and stuff, yet it's being malnourished. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, it's just it's just never gonna end. And like I said, like it's just sad that part of me thinks that Nintendo's not gonna do anything, because they know that a lot of parents who defended them, who are loyal to them, or people who just don't really read into these things, they know they're gonna go into it and get it anyways,
thinking that Nintendo's their friend, and they're not.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo. Yeah, I think my brother has mentioned before, like, companies aren't your friends, so they're just in it for the money. That's what they do. They're in it for the money, guys. Like, They're in it for the, you know, the green, the coins, you know, everything, man. They're in it for all that shit. They don't care about us. For everybody who has defended them and thought like they were their friends, no, they don't give a shit. They don't care. Like they just want your money. That's it.
Yep.
Maybe friends inside the corporation care about you, but other than that, they don't care about you. They don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, like they're just like, hey, they're in line. They're sitting at tables getting money.
Trying to
From all of
appease
us.
all their stock owners and stuff.
And you know what? They're doing a good job making money. That
Yeah.
is the unfortunate truth.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and like, you know, this is, and they see more of this is going on. They're like, yeah, this is working. Let's keep doing this. They're gonna still keep fucking up, making more issues upon issues, and it's just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna keep going.
The only real arguable thing of what the shit they've done entirely since the Switch started that I would actually agree was a good thing that they did was 3D All-Stars pricing it at $60 only because of the secondhand market, and like barring Mario Sunshine alone would be like $60 on eBay, $50 if not. So it was worth it. That's the only thing I can really agree on was for that. But everything else was just Skyward Sword. I loved it. I played that for a week and a day nonstop and beat it. Loved it, but it was not worth $60. I got it for $50 at Walmart, thank God. But still, it was not worth $60. And this NSO shit is just like, oh my god. And then, like the controllers, $50 for an N64 controller, official one. Okay, I'm not gonna be upset at that. But $50 for a Genesis controller, that's not even the 6-button controller. Nah, fam, that shit's
Yeah, what are y'all doing?
that shit's worth like $30 at the most. Okay, the 6-button one, I would actually be like, okay, yeah, that's worth $50. But no, only Japan last time I checked is getting the 6-button one. Like y'all, the real Genesis, the hardcore Genesis fans are gonna have to import the Japan one because that's the 6-button one. When America's getting, for some stupid ass reason, the 3-button one. I've never played Genesis before, but even I know the 6-button one is the better controller. That's so stupid. And I bet Miles probably hit his fucking head on the keyboard when he saw that was a 3-button controller. He's like, what the fuck are they doing?
It was like, honestly, I wasn't even surprised that it was just a 3-button one. I was like, oh, that's what everyone's used to, and you know what, that slightly cuts down on manufacturing costs too. I bet you that's one reason why it's a 3-button one.
Probably, but then what was your reaction when you found out that Japan was getting the 6-button one?
I was just numb because Japan's kind of used to getting
all the good shit
all the time anyway. So I was like, you know, go ahead, just go ahead.
Just go ahead and go fuck me over, fine. I just love how you just kind of went out of breath on that line.
Like I'm sitting here like, you know what, like, excuse me for being an American.
I'm sorry. Listen, it was like my grandparents that nuked you, not me. Leave me be. But I think for a lot of us that we love the NSO because like we love playing the retro games, and we all can agree that the retro games aren't the problem. It's the pricing and the quality of the service that's the problem. That isn't really worth the $30 extra, like for most majority of us, and like in the inflating, because like no one's gonna complain about N64 games. No one really. Okay, I mean you might complain about something about them, but having them, you're not. What you're gonna complain about is that they're being lumped in with two things that should not be there, making the price $50, extra $30. Okay, it's like no one's gonna bitch about playing N64 games. They're gonna bitch about the price you put them at. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay $10 a pop for N64 games on the Wii U because that's a one-time purchase. It's not paying $50 yearly. So like, does anyone know how many N64 games were actually on the Wii U before before they stopped, like at all?
I would have to look into that one.
So let's say it's like under 10. And anything like let's say it's under 10 while I do the research. Like if you bought all those, that'd be $100. So let's say that this version of the Switch goes on for like another 3 years before they release like a new proper like revision model, like a true sequel. Yeah. So if you paid $50 for the next 3 years, you'd be paying $150 total, like until you probably have to switch to a new membership plan. you'd be paying more yearly in total for N64 games than you would for the $10 a pop you would get on the Wii U.
Truly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Truly ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, they're expensive on the Wii U, but in the long run, they're not that expensive because it's a one-time purchase. So yeah, like so yeah, I'd rather pay $10 a pop for N64 than $50 a year, which would out total everything.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm just a loss for words for all this, y'all, and people, and it's crazy how a lot of the big enthusiasts are kind of like doing damage control right now too, trying to tell us what to be upset about, what to be upset about, what not to be upset about. I'm just like, we're all have valid feelings about what we feel. Like, we don't need a YouTuber to tell us how to feel about this.
So we don't need fanboys trying to cancel other people because they're saying it's not worth it. Like, touch some fucking grass, okay? Get some thick skin. Seriously. Like, get off Twitter. Go see the sun. It's not that deep. You don't need to fucking drive someone off the internet because they disagree with you.
Yeah, it's just at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Just like, it's not really a good look to kind of like tell people. It's kind of like bash people for having, a negative opinion on it. Because everyone's about every complaint I've seen mostly has been valid. So, and I understand the frustrations, of course, and then of course there's people here and there that will kind of say, oh, you better off just doing this and that.
Oh, you better off going to PlayStation or Xbox if you want better services. Fuck off.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna play that card, y'all. We're not gonna play that card.
Play their Nintendo games on, with their friends. It's simple as that. But I guess it's not so for other people. But
no, yeah.
I think we've said our piece enough about this whole subject.
I do want to say one positive thing that that has happened because of NSO is with the NES controllers, because Nintendo, I think for a rare move they did, the NES controllers, it's a pack of 2, is usually $60. They I think during Christmas or whatever, or like when SNES games were coming out with the controller, they had it on sale for a limited time for $30, and I bought it at the $30 instead of the $60. I'm like, okay, that's a good thing you guys did. Okay, I like that. That's at least one positive thing I can say about NSO. I got 2 NES controllers for $30 for my Switch instead of $60.
Yeah. I mean, and the only thing I can probably say, is the fact that they're trying to do something. It's hard to me. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to say anything positive about it. It really is.
But Lux, I can give you one more thing. It's the fact that it may not be the best connection-wise, but the fact that they actually made some of their older games that have multiplayer aspects to it available online to play with friends and stuff, and like Mario World. Like, you can play that with friends online. Yeah, it's not the best, but still, the fact that the option's still there is still at least nice.
You know what? I agree with that. I will at least agree with that and say that's at least a good thing I can find out of this whole thing. At least.
Yeah, at least. Miles, Max, what about you guys?
I just gotta wait and see. Like, I know that there's gonna be a lot of thoughts once this thing comes out, so
yeah. I'm talking about like I'm asking guys, like, what's one positive thing y'all have seen so far from NSO that you could possibly recall?
Well, I really like playing Donkey Kong Country online.
You like anything, man. Don't lie.
No, you know what? Super Metroid, Donkey Kong Countries 1 to 3. If we're just ignoring the pricing and all that, just the fact that I have access to these games, quote unquote, free of charge, obviously it's not. It's still nice.
And on the go, too, with no compromise.
Yeah.
A final note for me is, let's wait a few years. Let's come back to this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe they'll add more systems. We don't know.
Hopefully.
Maybe they'll add some things that they forgot to add. Maybe they'll do that. Okay. This is the last time I'm giving the benefit of that to Nintendo. The last time, like.
The next time will be the last time. The time after that, and then the time after that.
I mean. This is the first time I give the benefit of the doubt was like that direct. That I remember from that whole thing with like them not giving us the price yet. And I'm pretty sure the reason why they didn't is because they know people are gonna be pissed anyway.
Yeah. But hey, you're only going to be you're technically only going to be paying $10 for it anyway, so you got something to be happy about.
Yep.
Yeah, at least, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not. So I'm kind of like, yeah.
But
Well, yeah, but then yeah, but then again, I do play Animal Crossing, so I'm probably gonna cop that Animal Crossing DLC on its own.
well, what if Animal Crossing sucks me back in? We'll see.
Yeah, we just don't hear from him for about a week. He's like, sorry, I was working on my islands and shit. I'm just like, are you at least gonna show us pictures and show us what you've done? If not, then I'm not gonna give a shit unless you show me pictures.
I'm good.
Miles is like, I'm burnt out on Animal Crossing. I'm good.
But with that being said, I think this is where we should wrap things up. So starting with myself, let's just get to plugging. So you can find me on YouTube at miles per hour. There's my Twitter, miles_per_hour and the number 1, and my Twitch 221mph. I will stream probably after I graduate. So yeah, look forward to that.
Are you gonna ever catch that Rayquaza while eating some Dunkin' Donuts, or am I gonna keep bitching about you? Damn it! Listen, I'm pretty sure if you brought the Dunkin' Donuts with you instead of being late, you actually brought them with you this time. You'll catch it.
How about this? One of these days, I'll do an Emerald Nuzlocke and try to get the Rayquaza, but we'll see.
Watch him be even more of a stubborn bastard because you're doing a Nuzlocke. He's like, bitch. Also, we need someone to draw that. A Rayquaza like eating fucking Dunkin' Donuts and being like, this is Miles.
I'm on it.
Krispy Kreme is the GOAT, just saying.
Oh yeah, it is.
On it.
Oh yeah, Krispy Kreme. Shit,
Anyway,
I forgot it was Krispy Kreme. Yeah. Anyways, you can find me here on YouTube at TrevorMan5. I actually a couple weeks ago finished recording all my Mario 64 footage for the review, and I started typing the draft for the second draft for it. So I am working on that. I promise you. I'm just there's so much new job and like bunch of new games coming out and shit. I've been taking a break and just enjoying that, but I am working on it. I'm forcing myself to work on it, and I'm actually liking it. So there's that. You can find me on TikTok and Twitter, TrevorMan5. Both are both are at PokeFanTrevor. Instagram, TrevorMan5 too, and you can check out my song Sunshine. I did a remix of it, which has been getting a lot of positive feedback as the better than the original on YouTube. On my music channel Zardius. That's Sunshine, the Tired Violent remix, if you want to look that up on YouTube. And yeah, that's about it.
All right,
guys,
perfect. Monado Max.
You guys can find me, Monado Max, on YouTube and Monado Max on Twitter. Don't worry, Luxray, I'll help you out on one of your shoutouts. You can find Luxray's YouTube channel. Oh wait, hold on. It's still
in the abyss. In the abyss.
It's up to you now. You can do the rest.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so for my plugins, of course, Luxury Master Costs on Instagram and Twitter, all the same. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, y'all. You know what to do. Hit that.
Hit that YouTube page.
Bro, shut up.
And with that being said, for $50 to $80, we'll see you guys next time in our next video. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Still, that channel is still coming soon.
Okay.